be home for quiz moise. I saw a thing. Listen, people sing funny renditions of classic Christmas songs this time of year, and I saw one because it doesn't sound anything like the word Christmas. So, anyway, hello. Let's draw pirates. Pirates, if you will. Love me a pirate. I on the interim between streams, I did dang caught up on one. Oh my lord, what? I never use the buttons on my tablet. I don't know what they're for. I'm sure you could be like, button, do this, and it would, but I've never bothered. Hello, Max. How are you? So yeah, I've now officially caught up on like the longest, biggest anime ever. Not anime. I read the manga, so I can save up. Do it. Save up Mohani. I don't want to call it the biggest comic ever, because like they're like Marvel as a whole is kind of bigger, and maybe that's kind of cheating, but yeah. Oh my goodness, how dare you? Yes, I didn't even think about mentioning it, but we're going to be doing a charity. Well, no one's here. It's just Max. And Max clearly already knows about the charity, because he wants to destroy my charity butthole with money. No one's here, just you. No, hi, Kate. Up. Someone else arrived. It's Smage. Hi, Smage. Yeah. As we're doing a stream December 10th, that is the right day, for Jacepticeyes. Well, actually, in the video he announced, he was like, I don't want it just to be my thing. It's Thankmas is an event just in general for everyone. And I'm like, fair enough, but you do also decide, you know, what charity ends up being donated to. So it is partially Jacksepticeyes Thankmas. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I've got some big donor rewards for it, and also we're going to be playing we're going to be streaming Mario Kart 8 for it, because I wanted to do that again, and this seems like a perfect excuse for it. Okay. I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. Max is like, Kale, shut up! Cut the mic! You gotta stop him from saying anything else! No, what are you talking about? I'm fucking scared. Max, what are you doing? You didn't, like, donate to it already, right? I didn't even make the... Wait. Fucking... Let me check something. I mean, I'll know if it's something else. Probably by the time I check this, but... Wait! Damn it! Wait a minute! Fuck! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have a deep suspicion in my butthole. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Hello, Pulsar! Thank you for the raid! Thank you for the raid! Or I guess arting. Correct. Listen. Pulsar, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you gamers out there, but I'm artist at heart. I cannot. Oh my lord. I cannot just stream games all the time. I have to take a call real quick. I will be right back. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm gonna be nice real quick. Not to you guys, unfortunately. Pulsar Raiders, if you want to hang for just a second. We're drawing One Piece, by the way, so if you're interested in that, stick around. But I do gotta go do something. I apologize. I begrudgingly return. I apologize for that. Anyway. Yes. Wow. Max is more the more of a on top of the charity thing than I am. But yes, I will be doing a what's it called? I will be doing a charity stream December 10th. I keep forgetting the fucking day. And what was I just thinking of? I'll be playing Mario Kart in an open lobby, both for microphones and for people playing. And I'm currently checking something real quick because Max might have done the thing. I never enjoy the thing. I literally never enjoy. Let's see if they did the thing. Max, have you done the thing? Listen, I've been doing the gifts. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I was checking my Tiltify because Max was like, "Here's a gift," and I was like, "What is it?" And then Pulsar rated, and I thought that was unrelated. Listen, at the same time, it's like, oh my gosh, you gave to charity, and or me, depending on like what the donation is or for, or is during. But at the same time, I'm like, hey, I'd like to like thank you. You know, like properly. Yippers! Oh my goodness. Oh, Ophi. I will excitedly await your return, Ophi. Anyway. But at the same time, I'm like, I would like to properly thank you. And also participate in the like, little program I set up. Hello, Riku-san. But yeah. Anyway. So, not too long ago, I started my journey to read One Piece. All the chapters that have been released up to this date, or whatever date I finished it on, you know. Not just like all of One Piece, which I guess it is the goal. The goal is to eventually read all of it when it's released. But I just want to read what was there currently. And I have now done so. And I do enjoy it. We're currently drawing the Thousand Sunny, which is the Straw Hat ship. And I'm going to be honest, not my favorite ship. That's a big project. Well, here's the thing, right? I could have done the anime. But that seems like a fool's errand. what kind of maroon would I be? I'm joking. Watch the One Piece anime. Well, that's the thing, though, right? Because even the guy who kind of, because a video convinced me to watch it, uh, from Super Eye Patch Wolf, who I enjoy the content of, and I think even he was like, "Yeah, I'll read the manga," and I did, because the anime is a fixed amount of time, some of which is spent on filler, so it's even more junk. Not all of which is as good as as base One Piece. So I was like, okay. And that's the other thing, right? I mean, a lot of people will be like, well, you gotta watch the anime. Don't you want to see the pictures moving? Hey, no, I don't have to. Both for the I like comics and animation. I don't need to like choose. I'm not like one is inherently superior for the other. Yeah, I do get wanting animation of a comic more so than like a live action adaptation, because it is still two-dimensional drawings, and thus the art style can remain while adding new elements to it, but they are still different mediums with their own strengths and weaknesses. But regardless, I did enjoy One Piece. I did accept at the start, though, like it was always going to be. I am listening to. I got this from Feelin, who's currently streaming, and it's John Oath Guitar, Final Fantasy Guitar Collection. It's a bunch of Final Fantasy music on guitar. And also, I did want to mention, it's a YouTube video, and he's doing a great job. But also, like he has video of him playing it on guitar as he does it, which is great. But I'm always like, I'm listening to this, and every now and then, when I look back at YouTube, I'm reminded there's a man. There's a man here. But yeah. Anyway, One Piece is pretty good. I would make the argument, after now reading everything released of it so far, it lives up to the hype. The only thing I'm afraid of is Oda dropping the ball on whatever the fuck the One Piece is, which is coming because it's the final saga. I've read all of One Piece as the author is releasing the last storyline in it, which is pretty neato. But that being said, like, sure, it's not perfect, but nothing is perfect. Did you want a perfect story? Point me to one that is. But I did realize at the start of my journey, it's always going to be competing with Pirates of the Caribbean for me, which it's never going to be able to beat. I'm sorry to say. I'm not even comparing them in qualities of story. It's just Pirates of the Caribbean has my heart forever as the ultimate pirate adventure trilogy, and One Piece was never going to be able to compete with that, especially since it doesn't have super realistic pirate adventures. There's definitely a good amount of... There's actually more pirating in it than I assumed. Like, I thought it would be far more almost Dragon Ball Z, JoJo, Shonen, blah blah blah. But no, there is a decent chunk of pirating and whatnot in there, which I enjoyed. But yeah. But that being said, the reason I'm drawing the Sunny right now is because I don't like how the Sunny is drawn. I've warmed up to the Sunny as a ship over the course of seeing it in action, for sure. But the Sunny, on so many levels, does not look like a great ship. It's so chunky. It's so chunky and tall. Like, one of the things I like about ships is they're kind of like, streamlined, bullety design in a lot of them. And the Sunny is the opposite. Very chunky and all together. Also, I made the thing of, like, it's important to note One Piece is kind of about... It's not about pirates, period. One Piece is, like, cartoon pirates. And the cartoon distinction is very important. because it's very cartoony. There's anything that would be satisfying enough to warrant. Well, one of my friends that enjoys One Piece and was glad I was reading it, he posited that the One Piece isn't the end goal. Rather, the One Piece is something that can be used to defeat looming big bad, which they've set up over 1,000 things, and I think it would be satisfying to watch like that enemy go down. So with that in mind, the One Piece, it's physical, like just the act of finding the One Piece doesn't have to be the most satisfying, but what they do with it can be. So the idea of like they find the One Piece, a big party, roll credits, that's probably not the best idea to do with how long it's taken, but regardless. Hi, Juice. I'm talking about One Piece a bit. Also, favorite One Piece character, Usopp. Not even a question. He hasn't gotten as much time to shine in super recent arcs, but he's my favorite. I fucking adore Usopp. And also, recently, someone I've come to adore is Zeus. I just realized I have a character named Zeus, and I'm not changing that. Crewmate character, or in general. I honestly don't think my favorite character could be outside the Straw Hats. The Straw Hats are great. Tashigi. Juice, I'm all caught up. I'm on like chapter like 1060. I haven't seen Tashigi in years. I don't know where she is. And I don't know what her fucking deal is. Like, I love her, but she's off somewhere. She's doing shit. And that's fine. But like, what I've gotten of her so far ain't enough for me. And she's still great. So no fave characters. I hope you enjoy it. Riku, again, I like, I don't know. Listen, it's that the One Piece, the treasure definitely shouldn't be, and it was the friends we made along the way. But at the same time, it is decently worth it to check the series out. I wouldn't even say, because there's a thing I saw where it's like One Piece gets good after blank. Granted, Usopp is one of my favorite characters, but One Piece got good during his introduction for me. And that's like, I don't know, a couple chapters in. And they're not very, like, I was invested in that alone. So, oh yeah, also, so besides this Sunny just being fucking chunky, and like, also, I'm looking at the drawing of the actual Sunny right now, and the way its hull is designed makes it look like it should be sitting a good amount below the waterline. Like, it's sitting very high on the waterline for its design. Let me check others. Like, this thing is sitting pretty fucking high. But yeah. Also, in other news, I'm almost I'm almost done redrawing my comic. The existing pages of my own comic are almost complete. I have one last one today. I'm gonna try and get that done after stream. It could have been stream, but like, it is still a Patreon exclusive page, and I don't want to just be like, here, this is what it is. Don't subscribe to my Patreon, I'll just show you now. I do make comic. No, Stitch. Oh, a comic? Yes. Yes, Riku. I make a comic called The Man Who Can Do Anything. I've had it in works for years. I finally decided to nut up and start drawing it. You can see the first pages on my Tumblr, actually, because I made a Tumblr. Listen, that's too cheap. No, it's not. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm just gonna wait a minute. I can do a thing, man. I don't know. How many people come to art streams for the actual visuals, and how many people come to art streams for, like, just the talking? Like, if I continue to say things as I do stuff not on the canvas, is that equally as entertaining as doing the funny little lines? Answer one. No. No, I'm genuinely asking. Cahill, Cahill, will you be upset if I give you feedback on stream and let you know how you're doing and how you might be able to improve in a polite and concise manner? Yes. I will be furious. When your main bits. I mean, I figured that. Also, real quick, and I'm sorry, I just gotta do this real quick. I didn't finish this thought. I had a thought of this, and I didn't get to finish it. Real quick, least favorite thing about the Sunny, besides its proportions, is its fucking wheel. Oda, why? Like, I get some ships have their wheel in the front, but those all look stupid. I never like it when ships have their wheels in the front. Why is the Sunny's wheel in the front? Why is it on the prow? I hate it. I don't like how it looks. Put it on the back. Put it right back here. Why have you done this to me? Oda, why have you forsaken me? For redacted and redacted. Prow. Oh wait, no. Prow is this bit. Okay. So, since I love... Hey, listen. If you're new here, Riku, maybe you don't know. If you're new here, I fucking love pirates. No, oh no. Oh no, stream is crap. Oh... Are we good? Are we back? Yeah, everyone okay? Oh, my love for pirates almost crashed streams for a minute. I fucking love pirates. Pirates are the best. I adore pirates. My favorite Pirates of the Caribbean, but I just love pirates in general. And when they're done great, they're done very well. I forget where I was going with this. Oh yeah, so I know, so I've taken it upon myself to learn what parts of the ships are. The prow is the very front. Like, usually it's like a stick or like a little area right here. But the prow is real up front. This is the forecastle. Which is just the upper front of the ship that is a little raised. The poop deck, which everyone likes to make fun of, that's this. The poop deck is the aftmost deck, which is usually creating the roof of the cabin on many ships. But not necessarily, just the aftmost risen deck opposite of the forecastle. Poop deck. No, I want to pin poop deck. The back was the stern. Well, Nerf herder, stern is like saying starboard or port. Those are directions. You can say to stern, and that just means towards the back of the ship. Yeah, poop deck. Also, masts on a ship are named after a height. So the main mast is just the tallest mast, wherever it is. And then there's the mizzen mast. I think that's the shortest one. It might not be. Yeah. Hi, Nerf. Nerf, you're great. Also, can I be real with y'all? I need to fucking... I need to read up on World Central Kitchen. Not because I don't believe it's a good cause, but more so because I want to be able, when we do the charity thing, to spit off, like, actual facts and shit. So. My favorite chip art because it is fun to say. That's why I wanted to know what it was, Max. Because it's one of the funnest parts of the ship to say. I need the sense of relief of a poop day. Make a command for it. I will. I just came back, okay? Everyone's like everyone is so like Cahill. Cahill. And they run up to me. Cahill. There's no command for the charity, and it's like, yeah, we're not doing that yet. But Cahill. Up. It is. They run up to me and they're like, but there's no command. It's like, yes, we'll get to it when we get closer to the stream. But listen to me. I can't automatically summon the charity in the chat. And it's like, I know you can't. We're not there yet. But you need to, no, you don't understand. And then it goes on forever. Bum, 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 bum. Cahill, where's the charity? Yeah. I should, you know what I should, okay, I'll make the charity command after this stream. But you know what other command I'm gonna make a, why isn't there a this command? Like, just a command for when someone is like, why isn't there a command for this? And and Moobot will just respond with, I don't know. Barrow trauma flashbacks. We should play more Barrow trauma. I did have fun with that. I will say though, a good amount of that stream was figuring shit out. And Shadow Mage is great. But it's like we were like, use the in-game call, and I was like, okay. And then that was always be the clown class. Yeah, absolutely. Max, there's no shame in having our crew have different classes. But yeah. Honestly, I think Pig should join again. He wasn't even like I saw Pig play Subnautica. And he was not as bad as he was with that when it came to Dearest about road trauma. So I submit Pigathin should come back with us. Crew yet again. We need him on the crew. He's so cool. I was scared. Like, yeah, exactly. I don't think he was, because so much of the game is less about, like, the terror of the ocean and more so about, like, managing the sub, doing menial tasks, hanging, and, like, we didn't put windows in a lot of the sub, so Pig was very easily able to avoid looking out into the ocean of Europa. My Ropa? No, your Ropa. This Ropa is yours. Make sure to tie some fun knots with it. This isn't a BDSM thing. This isn't a BDSM thing. Get it out of your head. Why does everything have to be BDSM with you people? Listen, they were okay Pokemon remakes. I enjoyed them. Can we make it one? It was like, while we're here, impossible. Listen, I get it. Original DP is a fan favorite, and BDSM isn't quite what we all wanted from remakes of those games. But it still has good qualities, and I enjoy playing it. Chibi Trainer. Yeah, no. Here, hey, y'all want to know something? I've been saying this around friends a lot, but I do want to talk about it. Scarlet and Violet, a game I am contractually obligated to get in the near future, is so busted and makes me so... And I hope Stealth isn't here, because I feel so bad. Because my dear friend Stealth is like, I enjoy these games, they're very good. I have no doubt they're good on a technical level. No, a design level. On a technical level, though, they're very bad. I do still need a Palkia. But it made me so sad about the current technical state of Pokemon. I was like, time to go back to Diamond and Pearl. And I put all the teams I've made and every Pokemon I have that was introduced before or during Gen 4. I put it all in those games. Used Pokemon Home, got them all in there. I have a nearly completed National Sinnoh Dex. And you want to know something? I have no plans to move them anytime soon. Because I genuinely love my Pokemon. And the idea of trapping them in a bad game terrifies me. What was I thinking of? Like, because Sword and Shield weren't great. And I will not be like, but they were so much better. No. They weren't great. But they had a good competitive scene, and that made me want to bring all my Pokemon in so I could play competitive Pokemon, which I did. But I don't have those hopes or wants for Scarlet and Violet. I just want my Pokemon to survive this Poke-apocalypse. Yeah, that's fair. See, here's the thing. I'm participating in a streamer event for Scarlet and Violet, and it takes place next year. Like, a year after the game's release. And it won't take me a year to build up, like, the Pokemon I need for that event, right? So, I'm chilling a bit for right now. Because, literally, like, because on on paper, I would agree with, like, I don't need the game, period. I'll wait till, like, it's on third-party sale before I get it, because I ain't helping Game Freak out of this one. But I need it for that, and I'm just hoping a patch comes out in the near-ish future, in the next, like, a month or two. And everyone's like, don't hold out hope, and I'm not really. It's like 50-50. It could go either way, honestly. So I'm just... Okay, he'll look me in the eyes. I'm looking at you, Max. What's up? Max, if you're gonna say that Game Freak will not patch the game, I need you to know I've heard that already. Yeah, that's what... Yep, I was I fucking saw... Hey, Max, I saw it coming. Max, my mom told me that. My mom was like, you moron, they'll never patch Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm saying, why would they? I don't know, because anyone there gives a shit. I know that's so much to ask, but... Man. What was I just thinking of? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We're gonna stop talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet now. Because, like, I haven't been keeping up with the conversation about it, because I've heard everything people are about to say, which is that it runs bad, and Game Freak should do better. I know, we all know. Game Freak knows. But, you know, it's kind of funny and it's kind of sad, so I put my Pokemon where I trust they'll be safe, and that's the end of it. The end of it for me, at least. Down the street. Look me in the eyes now. Okay, Nerf, I'm looking at you. Nerf, I'm looking you in the eyes. What's up, Nerf? Thank you. You have pretty eyes. No, you. Anyway. So, people familiar with One Piece. You think this is a good, like, kind of realistic or more realistic Sunny? I did look it up. I was like, realistic Thousand Sunny. And there was no real images except of one really cute little colored pencil sketch. I applaud that person. Like, I would argue it lost a bit of charm, but... Oh, hey! Actually, speaking of which, this is on topic, so let's talk about it. I like... Granted, I'm not the guy people be suggesting lots of games to. But Frankie puts a... No, I agree. Here's the thing. There are some parts, mainly just the wheel, it's mostly just the wheel, of the Thousand Sunny's design that I don't super enjoy. But I don't think it's Frankie's fault, or the Straw Hat's fault. I think it's Oda's fault. Oda has trouble drawing two things. Women, and the Thousand Sunny looking like what could be an actual ship. But anyway, I'd like to make a request of chat. And why? Is he working on a pirate story? I don't know. Well, wait, Max. What did I say near the start of this stream? What did I say at the start of the stream? It's not a pirate story. It's a cartoon pirate story. And if Oda does do one thing, he draws the Thousand Sunny cartoonishly. Yippers. I apologize, Pig. Everyone go follow Pig. You want to know what command I do have? I have a Pig command. Pig had to cancel stream tonight because he had family plans. Felt that. So everyone go support him. There you go. Anyway, real quick, before we get into just really doting on Pig, I have a request to chat. If anyone knows any good single-player pirate games that have similar-ish mechanics to Sea of Thieves, and that you are able to kind of manage, customize your ship, and like walk around on it as you sail from location to location, please tell me. Please let me. I'm so fucking thirsty for a good pirate game. I'm begging you. I've just made the decision. I need to not put all my eggs in the Sea of Thieves basket, and as such, I need to find a good pirate game that I can just play whenever I want. The problem is, I love Pig. Guys, Pig subscribe to me. Everyone go subscribe to Pig twice. Everyone go use your Amazon Prime on Pig. It wouldn't be wasted. He has good emotes. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing, Ophi. And it's tragic. Because I've played Black Flag. And I'm probably going to play it on the channel. Because, hi gamer, I will probably play Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the channel. because it is a great pirate game, but it's still missing stuff I want. I forget if you can customize your ship. That matters a little less to me. In part because the ship is so much more realistic looking that I'm like, this is just a great looking ship. This is a great ship. I love this ship. But more so than that, like, you can't hang out on the ship. If you want to hang out on your ship or do any ship things on your ship, you have to get off the wheel and thus stop sailing to your next location. It inherently stops your progress, which I don't like. I want to like on Sea of Thieves and shit. I want to hang out on the deck. I want my faithful helmsman, which I guess in a game would just be Siri, on the helm, sailing us to our next destination, as I bark commands, and work with my crew to optimize to get more wind in our sails. So yeah. Also, I do know Assassin's Creed made like more pirate games. Has anyone played those? Do they have the same mechanics? Because again, I want to play Black Flag on the channel, but also like, if just for me, if I can just have like a new pirate game for myself, I would take another like Black Flag style experience. It's the only other pirate game I can call it. And not to be rude, because Monkey Island is a great, funny game, but it's shitty for pirating. Heck, one of the things I love in One Piece is it nails the idea of like pirating is freedom, like being a pirate means you have freedom above all else. And you don't have I'm sorry, Monkey Island is a great game. This has nothing to do with the quality of a game Monkey Island is. But it's not a free game. You're on a pretty laid out path on Monkey Island, because it's a point and click puzzle. So if you don't have the next piece of the puzzle, you will not progress. You won't go anywhere. If I want, listen, because I looked up good pirating games, and Monkey Island came up, and I was like, if I wanted a point-and-click adventure, I'd go look for point-and-click adventures. I'm not. I want sailing. And, like, I guess I could look up, like, sailing simulator games, but those probably won't let me blow shit up with cannons. Also, 2 Assassin Creed's Black Flag's credit, which let's just call it Black Flag. To Black Flag's credit, what it does slightly lack. I respect. Monkey Island is a great game. It's just not a good pirating. It's not a pirating experience. Max, listen to me. I wasn't born in the 1600s. I can't get syphilis, go on a wooden ship, and plunder the yet unexplored Caribbean. I can't do any of those things. No, I can't, Max. I really can't. Here's the thing. I am curious about the One Piece games, because I've seen stuff from them, like, But regardless, but Sid Meier's pirate might scratch the S. Oh, really? I was good. Okay, let me look that up. I'm okay. Here's the thing, right? Because it's like Sea of Thieves is a pretty game, but Sid Meier's Pirates. Let's see what we got here. That's okay. It is interesting. I might check that on the. I don't know how much it would scratch my personal itch, but I might enjoy playing it for the channel. But anyway, what Black Flag lacks in like the ship experience, it 110% makes up for in like the personal experience. like exploring Spanish Caribbean towns, using flintlocks and cutlasses. It is. Maybe get a cream for that. No, Pig. I already said I can't get syphilis. I can't. I can't raise a Jolly Roger. Yes and no. Like, you're not wrong, Max. Knock him up. I don't subscribe to that, by the way. I love I love One Piece and its family message, but I'm not like Nakama is a special word. That's our word. Still multiplayer though. Like actual people. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't. But what I'm saying is, I get it. And to a degree, you're right. It's great to have a crew along with you. But at the same time, I don't want, like, a very bare bones adventure game that has a pirate skin. Nor do I want, like, what was I thinking of? Nor do I want, like, I don't know, a game that is only about combat. I want a game about exploring in open sea and stuff like that. And I just want an option that isn't Sea of Thieves. So that way, when the servers are eventually taken down, and or it gets to a state where I don't want to play it anymore, which, like, I have crises about these things. But regardless, I can then change to that other one. And granted, it might just be Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Maybe I should just, like, 100% Assassin's Creed Black Flag multiple times. That's not the worst idea. And that's, which, like, can I just say, Max, it's stupid that there aren't more games that let you run around the ship and everything, because fucking it's the ocean. If there's any game that should have like a like, you know, go here option, an option that lets you point to somewhere on the map and then you automatically move in a straight line, it should be a sailing pirate game. Cause it's the ocean. Like, it's typically a flat surface, and since it's a game, you get to control if there's rocks or shit in there that you need to avoid. That's cool. Well, I did remember that one, Ophi, and I was curious if that had the same mechanics as Black Flag. But ew, Templars. Also, Black Flag is probably one of the best options, because they keep, like, the modern day shit to, like, a minimum. You know what I'm saying? Which is always kind of... honestly, I can kind of respect it, but at the same time, I don't think Assassin's Creed ever really needed the modern day stuff. You can absolutely tell its story without having to have sections where you basically do nothing. You Templar. Yeah. I mean, aren't Templars knights? Not to mention, like, I was specifically talking about the ones in Assassin's Creed, but regardless. You want to know what... You know what I want... You know what I think about knights? I think their armor makes them real easy to sink in the ocean. I think they're shitty swimmers. So I hope they have good luck with that. I'll be on my boat. On my really cool boat. What was I thinking of? Isn't not Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Odyssey did come out. I was going to talk about One Piece Odyssey. Though I get the idea that that will not have much in terms of the boat sections. And granted, a lot of the boat stuff in One Piece is them just like getting to a place. They're very rarely doing an adventure specifically on the seas, which is probably like the one thing where I'm like, see, this is the stuff I didn't want happening. I want my adventure on the high seas. But yeah, I'm curious about that game. Like, I started One Piece, that was already in development. I was like, that looks neato. There's just a specific thing in a specific trailer that makes me think they're probably not sailing much here. And I definitely like it. It's kind of the thing of any franchise tie-in game where you shouldn't go in expecting deep mechanics. You know? Like, I'm not trying to insult the people who develop these games, but for a good amount of them, they're focusing more on the tie-in than they are on making it a standout game. And to a degree, that works out for certain games, but when I want something specific from the game, I rarely go looking at the franchise tie-ins because of that. It made me think about, I like watching Team 4-Star's DBcembers, which I should do again because it's about to be December, where they talk about where they rank different stuff from the Dragon Ball franchise. And they did a year where they did the top Dragon Ball video games. Just before Fighter Z came out, which they did admit they regret it, and rightfully so. Fighter Z is very good. Is very good. Hey! No, Ophi, the only reason I'm not getting rid of that message is because it would still stay in the VOD. So people would still see it. But like, I know it's been a while, but that's still a major character. Ophi, it's still a major character death. And granted, I had it spoiled for me, but that's because I didn't care about One Piece for the longest time, and I was on the internet, and people would make edits of Ace. Yeah, well, not wrong. You just spoiled a big part of One Piece, which is that Ace dies. And before you're like, I didn't say he dies. I don't. First off, if you watch anime, no, you good. Listen, Ophi, as long as you don't say how like Luffy dies halfway through, and we get stuck with his other twin brother, Boofy, then it's fine. As long as no one spoils that part. We're not thinking much. No, it's fine. Well, that's the thing, right? It is a while ago. In Luffy with 2 O's and not a U. So yeah. But it's like, hey, we're listening to Final Fantasy right now. Does everyone know the Final Fantasy VII thing you shouldn't spoil? Just in case anyone doesn't know it. The only spoiler that is so okay to talk about is Darth Vader being Luke's father. Because as great as it is to find that rare person who doesn't know that, fucking Hollywood has gone, like, Hollywood has done one thing wrong, and it's constantly spoiled that. There's only one bad thing Hollywood has ever done, for sure. The only bad thing they've ever done is spoil for everyone how Darth Vader is Luke's dad. For everyone all the time, forever. Like, they so rarely get things wrong, but that, they really messed up on that one. And they should be called out on it. This is a bit, by the way. Hollywood does a lot of bad things. In case you couldn't tell, oh my lord. There is a thing. Hey, is Juice still here? Hey. Hey, is Juice still here? Is my friend Juice still here? I don't want to talk about it if they're not in chat. I don't mean to disturb them either. Juice is free to lurk. But yeah. But you know, it's like, even if, and I've struggled with it too, for sure. Because there's some things I don't think are spoilers. I think if I want to be like, here's art of new Pokemon, and I post that publicly, and someone's like, spoiler tag this, it's like, the game's been out for a while, and it's just an image of a new Pokemon. I'm okay. We're talking about One Piece and spoilers right now. I think the thing that I care about when it comes to what a spoiler is mostly like, is this meant to be a surprise? Is this, by its inherent nature, meant to be, like, something the audience is not supposed to think will happen, slash, you know. Like a point in the, not a piece of the world, but a point in the story that is later on. Like, for example, in One Piece, back to it, Roger dying is not a spoiler. Someone dying in, like, the inciting incident of like, if they die in Act 1, that's not much of a spoiler, because their death is less of a twist for the audience, and more so, like, part of what sets up what's happening. Uncle Ben dying is not a spoiler. Superman's dad dying isn't a spoiler. Even though it doesn't always happen. Sometimes his dad is fine. Like, there are a few character deaths and other equivalent things that aren't spoilers because of the time and nature of which they happen in the story. But regardless, if you're, like, I assume everyone has a basic understanding of story structure or math. So when I say, like, third act, then you should know I'm talking about if they die, if it's a major or secondary character who dies in the third act of a media piece, don't tell people. Again, Final Fantasy. Like, I'm not pretending I've always been perfect about spoilers. There's definitely been times where I've screwed up a bit. But, to a degree. To a degree. The internet is the world's largest fucking library. So if you actively go on there and look at random things, you might see a spoiler. I will grant, because I do also think there is a time thing on it, to a degree. Like art and everything. But at the same time, in conversations, if there are not spoilers being talked of, I think just being like, and then they die, and it's like, my guy, Jeff hasn't gotten there. Our friend, new guy Jeff, who we all love. No, don't go suffer. I appreciate the reminder, Walks. Batman, where Bruce and his parents are going to see a movie. Don't tell me what happened. I don't even know. Is that even in Detective Comics, like, 27? Because Peter Parker's uncle dying, that's at the end of Amazing Fantasy 15. And Superman Origins in Action Comics 1 is like half a page. Like, they do not, in the original Superman comic, they do not dive deep into Krypton or any of that junk. They just say Krypton blew up, this is Superman. That's about it. It's on a surprise. It's actually the Batman. Is that true, Nerf? I actually would believe that. Is that actually what they tried doing? Dude, spoilers. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Shit, sorry, man. Yeah. It made me think, because I mean, I've been rewatching some Super Eye Patch Wolf recently. Granted that he's the guy who got me into One Piece to a degree, and also, he has like really educated me to a good degree about comics and everything. If I can be frank with chat, who's frank? Don't chat. I'm having a serious conversation. If you make wordplay here, it's all for nothing. The mayor, I think, talking about the Batman. That's cool. But anyway, I was thinking about sending him some pages of Riku. It's me. I'm Nobu. Anyway, TV's Frankie. Flavor. Love a Frankie. Anyway, I was thinking about sending, if he has an open business email, I was thinking about sending him some pages of my comic when the first issue is done. Just because he has legitimately, in his analysis of different manga, just changed the way I've thought about doing comics. Some friends in here might know what I'm talking about. I should share the clip. Let me share the clip now. Super. Also, not to get too off topic real quick. Frankie's okay, minor One Piece spoilers, okay? Skip like a minute ahead. Frankie's post-time skip appearance kind of freaks me out a little, because when you look at him compared to before that, he looks more like regularly proportioned, and after that he's almost like a ball. Like he's not like super round, but he is like more rotund and muscular. And what it makes me think of is that he just like installed a huge metal chamber in himself and just shoved stuff in it, and like stretched his skin around it. Like, that's all I can think of when I see him post time skip, because I liked his appearance before that. Anyway, but regardless, yeah, I was thinking about sending Super Eye Patch Wolf samples of my comic, because his analysis of comics has really changed the way I think about them. I'll share a video of that now in my studio library section on my Discord, if you want to see if you want to see an example of what I'm talking about. His nose is the lead, because his nose makes the most sense, because like if that gets like because he was in an accident, if that thing got knocked off during the accident, like just kind of slapping a metal replacement on there does kind of make the most sense. Regardless, though, the reason I brought all this up was because we were talking about Batman Detective Comics, and it's so funny because he does Super Eye Patch Wolf did a video on Baki, Grappler Baki, which is a fun, if very weird and not the best. Like I've watched Baki. It's not the greatest series, but it is pretty fun and cool. And when he talked about it, Baki's been in publication for a while, like if you haven't heard of it, it's been in publication longer than you probably think. And he was saying where to get into it, and he compared it to like Batman, like reading Batman comics. And it's so weird to think about, because manga by its very nature tends to be one single continuous story, made by like one, maybe two, maybe a team, if you get some big success. I love Baki too. Like Baki is, I think, critically worse for different reasons than certain animes I like, but it's still a good time to watch. Baki, he also compares it to wrestling, which which is very apt. Like, I imagine people who like wrestling would like Baki. Regardless, it's so interesting to think, because despite the fact they're essentially the exact same medium, comics and manga differ just in the way that, like, with comics, it's different authors over years and different story arcs, which end up making it so that you want to read certain comics about a character or group of characters, but not other comics because of how different they end up managing to be. Whereas manga is like, it's basically just like you start at chapter 1 because that is where the story starts. Except for Baki, because Baki starts like a typical martial arts anime, from what I understand, and then goes fucking off the rails. Okay. Oof. Real quick. I did mean WWE wrestling, which is a fair misunderstanding because they are different things with the same name. But at the same time, that's wild. And I hope you're okay now. I'm not saying don't talk about your wrestling. I just didn't mean that kind of wrestling. Because they're wildly different despite being called the same shit. My cousin broke his collarbone at one point. I don't actually think I ever saw him with like the cast on or whatever. Yeah. I know, I mean, I went to a lot of private schools as a kid. So there wasn't a lot of stuff like that. I believe I've talked about how I broke my left arm multiple times. It's one of the most interesting facts about me. I don't know if I told my friends this, but let me tell Chat this. Chat, did you know I have a scar on my forehead? I have a scar on my forehead. I didn't even realize I had as big of a scar as I do. My sister did reporting. And also Max. The eye patch might be covering. That's fair. I told my friend. I said I think. Also, I don't... Just because I said friends doesn't mean all my friends. I'm just... I can never... I can never fucking say anything. It's all being monitored. I'm always under someone's watchful eye. There's always a loophole for someone to exploit. I'm just so close to the edge, and I think I'm about to break. Anyway, I have a scar on my forehead that I got during recess as a kid because I was running in, like, you know, the recess area. It changes from school to school. It was a black top at my original school, and I was running around in it, and I ran straight into a kid who had his mouth wide open, and he lodged his tooth into my forehead to the point where I needed butterfly stitches. Like, the tooth wasn't stuck in there, but it made enough of an indentation that it left a scar. Yeah. Okay, so I haven't told any friends this. Yeah. And there is still a scar that you can see if you lift my hair up. Cahill Comics. The boy who lived. Come to die. No, I'm sorry. Well, is everyone getting, ads? I will repeat the story. once after when. I will wait. Let me just wait till everyone's out of ads. Waiting till people are out of ads. Waiting. Also, favorite villains of One Piece, and we won't get into spoilers here. I'm just gonna say their names, because I don't think of those as spoilers. Favorite villains are probably like Sir Crocodile and Big Mom. They are some wacky villains, and decently piratey villains. And I adore them. Oh, fantastic! I will repeat the story now. I will say one more thing, because Ophi, I will repeat my story, but let me just finish this thought first, which is that at first I wasn't sure how much I liked Big Mom's ship. Like the Sunny, I thought was a little funky, so I don't like it the most. But Big Mom's ship, when you look at it, it's basically just like a regular ship with like cake piled on top of it. So I ended up liking it more than I originally did, because it is basically just a regular ship, just covered in fucking cake. Yippers. Oh my goodness, Ophi! Thank you for the subscription at 1 month. Your first subscription, Ophi. You know, we're talking so much about pirates. Consider using Cahill Roger. I'm very proud of that emote. There it is, Cahill Roger. Hoist the colors. There, no more ads. Hello again. Hello. Okay, for people who got stuck with ads, which I apologize for. To repeat my story, when I was a child, I was running in the recess area, and I ran straight into another kid who had his mouth wide open, and one of his teeth stabbed into my head. Enough that as a 23-year-old man, I still have a scar on my forehead from that, and it is tooth-sized. So, wild. I'm a man now, and I still have a child tooth scar. Same as usual. Oh, so you're bi? Well, I'm selling plenty, so why don't you hand over your money? I'm so sorry. Bisexual pride. Oh no, I'm sorry, Wax. I hope you feel better. It's always the worst. I end up taking Tums a lot. My tummy's not the best all the time. The stream is not sponsored by Tums. Oh my goodness! Oh, so many subs! Thank you, Max, for gifting us up to Wax. I appreciate it, and you, and Wax, if I must. Final Fantasy X. I need to play, I want to play like 9 and 8. I really love the early PlayStation looking Final Fantasies. Like, I feel like there's so much hoopla. I did get... No. Oh my lord, Max. Anyway. I feel like there's so much hoopla about, like, Final Fantasy VII. And I just genuinely enjoy it. I think it's a good RPG. I don't necessarily go beyond that. Super Eye Patch Wolf has a video on that, if you want to watch it. The only real point I kind of disagree with him on is the fact that he tries to defend like how the original FF7 looks. And that I will go against, not because I don't like how it looks, but because I don't think there's a deeper meaning there. I think it's just how they made the game look. Like, I love FF7, but I'm just saying. 1 through 15. I have many information. So you're... Okay. Max. So... You can just say you like Final Fantasy, Max. Oh, Max, you like some Final Fantasies? Which ones? All of them! All of them! like, god damn. I respect that, though. I need to get into it. I will... 10 is great. I will say, 10 developed a problem, which is the same problem Elden Ring has for me, which is that, a pun, Nobu, because none of it's final, which is that it goes on for a long time, and it's great. I really do like 10. It's not as good as 7 in my eyes, but still great. And, I mean, I like the story, genuinely. Because I remember watching the completionist video about it, and how he talks about people making fun of, like, the voice acting and stuff. But genuinely, I really enjoy the story of Final Fantasy X. Titus, yeah, there you go. Wax, it was on I think with stream delay, you said that. Wax, I think with stream delay, you said that as I was talking about people making fun of the voice acting. I would be, like, that has to sync up. I have to imagine that syncs up somewhere. Yes, exactly. Like, I'm not going to pretend it's not a little goofy, but Final Fantasy X is good. And honestly, it does some great things. Yeah, it's right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be like that scene in particular, because honestly, the scene is kind of purposefully goofy. It's neither being, like, too sad and serious, nor is it, like, overtly comedic. It is purposely being goofy, because the general setting of Final Fantasy X is fucking grim. Now, I'm not talking about sex with the Billy and Mandy character. No. I mean, things in Final Fantasy VII are bad. I'm not 7, 10. Things in Final Fantasy VII are bad, but honestly, mostly just kind of in Midgar, you know? Like, if you live outside of Midgar or in the nice section of Midgar, life's okay in Final Fantasy VII, as long as you don't know about the oncoming apocalypse. Yeah, no. And also, another point the completionist made, which I totally agree with, is it has a unique setting. Like, so many RPGs, especially Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, etc., are wanted to either do, like, the occasional Japanese directly inspired fantasy, or specifically Western fantasy. And Final Fantasy X is like, we're going to the Pacific Islands. And it's like, and it's like, yeah. Have an RPG in the Pacific Islands. Go nuts. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. Well, I would argue, Max, that while I don't think... Well, I love the materia system. Oh, thank you. I might just draw... Like, I wanted to do a background and everything, but we might just do that. I might just do that on my own time. Anyway. I'm doing a big stream tomorrow, by the way. If everyone would like to come out for that, too, I'd love to do it. I'll try to do more podcasts. I feel like some of my most successful streams is when I'm just shooting shit. I'm going to be doing as much progress in Sekiro as I can. Cause hey, Max, you know what we're doing Thursday? Max? Do you know what we're doing Thursday? You sugar-coated two-timing bitch? We're doing Dark Souls 2 Broken Sword Run. The thing you taunted me into doing. I can do it. I can do it. Watch me do it. I'll be Dark Souls 2 with a broken sword. Fuck. I'll beat Dark Souls 2 with 2 broken swords. And not power stance. No, I would... This is what I'm saying. I mean, I can kind of get back to the original topic. I can kind of get saying it's overhyped because a lot of people adore Final Fantasy VII. And if you hear that forever, there's always the chance it will not be what you want it to be. But that being said, I love the materia system. Like, when I had to go and play 10, when I was like, I want to go play 10, and then I did, and I was stuck with classes, honestly, I felt a little frustrated. And I was like, are you telling me, hold up! Cut it! Stop! Are you telling me only certain characters can learn certain spells and do certain attacks? This is horseshit! Where's my customizable magic and ability menu? Where's my ability to make the characters do whatever the fuck I want them to do? And 7, still mostly... No, you can get very creative with materia in 7. Right? Still, again, also no. But... I kind of get it. All I'm saying is, I think, judging it by itself, I think if Final Fantasy VII came out today on, like, Steam, with, you know, appropriate graphics, and the, like, the same system and story, it would still be an incredibly popular game. That being said, can you? Oh, you're right. Yeah, but I forgot about that, Riku. Thank you. But that takes so much effort. You need the right spheres, and you need a lot of leveling up, because you have to, like, you literally have to level out of the original, you have to level out of the character you're on into someone else's skill tree, which is a really cool thing, but it does also take a long time. Oof, that is the worst. His backtracking is... I don't know. Backtracking was the fucking... what I was thinking of. Granted, I didn't do the weapon... Like, the, you know... The weapon bosses for... Oh, wait, you don't have to do all the weapon... Anyway, I didn't get everyone's ultimate weapon in 7 either. But, man, getting everyone's ultimate weapon in 10 is... No, thank you. I won't do that. Actually, fuck this. What was I thinking of? But yeah, no, I like. All I'm saying is that everyone needs to stand back. No, really. I need all of you to take a few steps back from your screen. I'm gonna make a gamer hot take right now. And I just need you to brace, okay? Just hold on to something. If you have a pet in your room, just hold on to it real quick, okay? I think Final Fantasy VII is a good game. I know. An atomic explosion went off somewhere nearby. I know, it's a lot to fucking digest. But... hear me out. I think it's a good, fun game. I think it's a game I enjoy playing. And I'll probably stream it at some point, because I do enjoy it. Unfortunately, Greg was like, stream Paper Mario, and I do have Paper Mario on my Wii U. So, I will have to stream that first, but I would like to stream some Final Fantasies, including 7. But yeah, like, I get it. If you're I like Max. If you're a Final Fantasy fan overall, I imagine it's decently frustrating that everyone only ever talks about 7 and shit. But I enjoyed it. I don't think it like I know they're quote unquote I know they're in the same quote unquote series, but it's Final Fantasy. The games have literally nothing to do with each other. So I don't compare them like that. They are RPGs to the RPGist. Objection, okay. Go off, Phoenix, right? Also, yeah. Get rest, Wax. Have good sleep. Take care of yourself. I'm waiting for Max. I think about 10, 8, and 9, more than 7. Okay, that... Max. I mean, I was getting to this, but Max, I was just gonna say, if you like one of the other... If you're a Final Fantasy set... Not Final Fantasy 7. You're a Final Fantasy fan, which is a hard thing to say, and you like another Final Fantasy more than 7. Okay. Your opinion is not invalidated by 7's popularity. People just like 7. Also, I think part of... I think something cool to understand is in that Super Eye Patch Wolf video where he talks about Final Fantasy 7, and he's a big Final Fantasy 7 fan. Like, I will warn you ahead of time. If you don't like the game, maybe don't watch it, because Super Eye Patch Wolf is passionate about what he's passionate about, and he likes Final Fantasy 7. So, but like its place in time and the role it played in just games and RPGs as a history is part of what helps elevate 7. I think if it didn't do what it did, then it would just be like a good Final Fantasy game that people be like, yeah, that one's good. You like that one? Yeah, that's good. But certain stuff it did and the way its release went out kind of ended up making it more important than your Final Fantasies at the time. No, because the thing is, the difference with Ocarina of Time, which is not a great game, and Mario 64, which is a good game, no. I mean, I'm gonna do a bad job summarizing it, but I'm gonna try, because Max is just really riding my nuts. They're just really just riding my nuts on this one. They really need this Final Fantasy report in by Sunday. It's not the same as that. It's not the same as other first 3D games. Because, like, it's an RPG. It's kind of like Kirby 64. Like, it's using 3D assets now, but that hasn't really fundamentally changed how the game plays. You could make Final Fantasy VII for the SNES. I mean, like, how big the story and world is would probably take a couple cartridges, or one very large cartridge. But it could be done on just 2D. The difference, at least the way, iPatch Wolf put it, was the way it affected, like, cinematics and stuff like that. The way when you went into battle, the camera would sweep, and how summons changed from kind of just like a JPEG of a monster showing up and wiping out enemies to, like, a full cutscene, and cutscenes also. No more in-game sprites being used to portray, well, you still did have a lot of that, but for marketing purposes, for the commercials, you could show, like, the 5 cutscenes the game has. The 5 actual cutscenes the game has. Oot is bad, but FF7. Yes! But... My lord. Max, have you been paying attention? This happens every time we do this. Every time, like, I'm gonna make a point on stream. Someone is like, but Cahill, you maroon, you're saying this and not this. I know that. Give me a minute. Because I'm not listing ways Final Fantasy VII is better than the other games. I'm talking about what made it big at the time. What made it impactful at the time. Why people bought it. And why it sold like millions of PlayStation 1s, which, you know, which helped, not made, because we can't like ignore like Metal Gear Solid, which arguably did cinematics better than, you know, because I've seen Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's still goofy polygons and shit, but it is more cinematic. Regardless, it helped sell lots of PlayStation 1s, helping to establish PlayStation. And also, Nintendo and Square Enix got a divorce. Like, they got a divorce, and they didn't make up for they didn't make up until, like, after I was born. I grew up in the time it took for Square Enix and Nintendo to get over, Square switching over to PlayStation. It helped establish PlayStation as a thing, and that's like a historical thing. And then it helped introduce a lot of people in America to RPGs. You don't have to like Final Fantasy VII as a game, but it is some people's first JRPG, who then became, and currently are, massive JRPG fans. And before I look back at chat, yeah, this doesn't make the game good, but it makes it important. And you can say it's overrated. That's valid. You don't have to enjoy Final Fantasy VII. But it carved out, I think, what I'm trying to say is, it carved out its name in game history by the impact it had on the scene at the time, and also being like a half decent, if not arguably pretty good, Final Fantasy game. And are there better Final Fantasy games? Probably. Almost definitely. In fact, I imagine Max is talking about them right now. Well, as I don't look at chat. But again, like, if you want to list better Final Fantasies, then I'm sure those would have had, if they take 7 spots, those would have had just as good, if not a bigger impact. But it didn't change the impact Final Fantasy VII had. So. Yeah, I know. Because I'm not, oh my lord. I mean, I shout because I have a hard time controlling my tone, and I get impassionate about stuff, so I go into a rage, which isn't really directed at anyone. I just enjoy talking about subjects I'm passionate about. So, I apologize if it appears as though I am going crazy. I hope you understand that it's not my intention, and that I'm legitimately just having fun talking about Final Fantasy with chat and my friend Max. Now, to continue my monotone voice, the past, I think, 45 minutes, the point of which was not to argue whether or not Final Fantasy VII was good, but more so what made it important in history, and why it's still kind of looked at in the way that it is, in the favorable light that it is. Much like Ocarina of Time, which is a game I enjoy less, but is definitely an important game.
uh, it is. It remains important because of what it did to games that came after it.
No. No, Max, I don't get angry. I get loud. Max, I would like to apologize to you. Just you. I don't care what the rest of... It doesn't matter what the rest of chat thinks of me, Max. It only matters what you think. No. Let me not do that. I was just getting passionate about it. Because I like to... Because again, I cannot stress this enough. Super Eye Patch Wolf is passionate about it, and his video on it is great. And I do enjoy the game. I have no doubt there are better Final Fantasies. But, I mean, 7 was my first, personally. And I can see how, at the time when it came out, why it would leave such a big impact on people. Which might not be the case if you've played other Final Fantasies that connect with you more and have had more important places in your life. Than, you know, than it. Because those mean more to you emotionally. Listen, I'm sorry I get impassionate and start yelling. I mean, I could watch back the last, like, I don't know, couple minutes of stream and be like, I was loud. But I know I wasn't angry. 'Cause, I mean, I'm not that deep. I'm not that deep into Final Fantasy yet. And, B, I don't know. I just know I wasn't angry. Because I wasn't. I was there. I enjoy Loud Cahill. Yeah, well, Juice, we can't enjoy Loud Cahill if it comes at a cost. What's the point of Loud Cahill if it hurts the ones we love? This power I have. This curse. What's it even good for if I can't protect my family? Why, Itachi? Why did you kill your entire clan? Just to test your abilities? And this is as long as you play Shadow Hearts at one point. I mean, hey, Riku. Don't freak. Hold on to something, Riku. I've never heard of Shadow Hearts before. And this isn't a bit, this isn't anything. I haven't heard of Shadow Hearts before. And I apologize for that. But it's the truth. And I will play it if you think it's that good. But I'm not gonna skid around it. I have not heard of nor have I played that game in the past. That's okay, not many have. I mean, I'm down for... I still need to play Terranigma. My good friend Pig, very early in his streaming career. I'm so afraid that I've genuinely have Max upset or think I'm upset at them because I love Max. Yeah, I have a reproduction cart of it, and I've been meaning to play it, but I just haven't gotten the time to. Question. What would y'all, because I know people love Paper Mario, like original Paper Mario. What would y'all want to see more? We'll do RPGs for a good bit in 2023. What do you want to see more first? Well, actually, no. Strike that. We will play Terranigma in 2023. It can't be at the start of it, though. Because I have to pack up all my systems and move somewhere. And I'm trying to take as few as I need. And taking my SNES machine with me, along with SNES games, seems like a bad idea. If I'm being real with you. Because I'm coming back to New Jersey after it. So I don't want to... Do you guys want me to lose my copy of Terranigma? Are you nuts? I don't want to do that. I want to play it. I know I haven't gotten to. But... Listen. Also, I don't know why I was going to say this. But, like, I do want to say, I've played Chrono Trigger before. Which is also a good game. Though, granted, it doesn't connect with me personally. And it's not my, like, favorite RPG. My favorite JRPG is Persona 5. Pretty easily. I'm sorry if that makes me a normie. Or if that makes me, like, you know. I don't know what it makes me, but Persona 5 speaks to me personally. And I think it's a great game. But, like, honestly, I was gonna say Chrono Trigger could pass for a Final Fantasy game, and it kind of could, but there is some more major mechanical differences about it, isn't there? I was more or less making the point that many Squeenix games are decently similar, which is fair because they make the same. They're a large company. Was made by the same people, so like yeah, good. Okay. I forget why I was gonna make that point, but I was gonna make it, and I wanted to say it. I wanted to say it with my whole chest. Is the thing. Sometimes you just gotta live your truth. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like that's the thing, right? I'm like only kind of mildly interested in checking out some other Personas, mostly just Persona 4. Because Persona 5 connected with me personally, and I love the art style of it. And I know each Persona is decently different, much like Final Fantasy. So with that in mind, I'm not sure if I'm interested in the other ones. They can connect to other people more, but Persona 5 was definitely the one that connected to me. And I'm not about to go... It's kind of like when they made the new Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars was my childhood, so I didn't get the new one because I was like, no matter whether it's good or not, I'm going to keep comparing it to the one that has my heart. And that's not fair to it or me. I don't want to be chasing this nostalgic feeling. So, I cannot recommend the older ones. Yeah. Farthest back I was going to go is maybe like, I think 4. I think I might want to check out 4 at some point, but I have 6. And I played a decent bit of 6 until I got stuck in an area and decided I wanted to play other games. No, I meant I thought you were talking about Final Fantasy. I don't think I own Persona 4. It was like on sale when it went on PC. I am... Here's the thing, right? I'm not necessarily interested in older Personas. I wouldn't mind seeing what the new one comes out, if and when it comes out. You know? Because... 4, 5, and 6? There's a 6th one? Everyone thought I had the one exclusive copy of Persona 6. I was the guy, actually, everyone thought he was dead, but I'm actually the guy who leaked GTA 6 online, and now I have Persona 6. A lot of 6 sequels people are looking forward to, and I've managed to get most of them. So, that's why you're moving, huh? I mean, it's not unconnected. Okay, I'm unplugging my phone. I think the cord I have is shitty. It doesn't have a very stable connection. You wiggle it a little, and it beeps on and off. How's everyone's day been, though? I'm not sure I asked that. It was just Max at the start. So, how is everyone doing? Oh, my throat. And I told you, Max. You're great. Fucker. You can't deny how cool you are, Max. I will beat it into you. How neat of a person you are. So help me. Oh no. And I do like me a science, despite how dumb I am on stream. And the last years of high school science, chemistry and biology didn't go well for me. Just because, I don't know, I had a hard time with those subjects and the classes I was in. You ever get into a class, people who have recently been in classes or are in classes, and you're just like, man, I don't enjoy the company here. Been loving Blender. I was talking before Stream Max, in Feelin stream, about how I'm scared of Blender. I've thought about streaming, doing my own 3D modeling, but here's the problem: if I don't learn the program a little bit before there, well, relearn is the thing, because I did know how to do Blender at one point, at least on a very base level. Just download, Max. Yeah. I mean, you could also, Max, if you just want to, like, hang out and you know, answer my questions as I stream it, then we could do a thing. We could work something out. You can charge me money for teaching me Blender lessons, and I won't pay you because I don't have the money. Don't. It was a joke. Don't. But yeah. What was I just thinking? Look at this Sunny. Oh, that's a cute little Sunny. How does, I mean, this is probably why it looks so, like, cartoony in the manga, because drawing a detailed ship like this repeatedly is probably hard. Yeah, everyone go donate to Max. Donate to Max and say this is for Cahill to learn Blender. And then and we'll call it even. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I mean, if we want to talk about bad RPGs, no. I fucking adore it. I played Kingdom Hearts well before I played any other RPGs. Love Kingdom Hearts. Also, something people don't talk about a lot, Kingdom Hearts 1, very good standalone game. Like, I feel like people get so caught up in the hoopla of what the series became, they don't realize how much the original just kind of, like, it is a standalone RPG plot. It wraps itself up nice and tidy. All good. They had to add a new type of enemy in the next one to continue the story because because they wrapped up the first one pretty well. No, Max, no, no. They did do that. They did do that. Also, speaking of Final Fantasy VII and Kingdom Hearts, I stand by what I said when I talked about it with Oak, which is that Nomura is not putting Kingdom Hearts stuff in Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was just always like that. Whether or not you choose to remember is not Nomura or Square Enix's problem. Oh my goodness. I miss Max. I miss Max every day, Gordon. I haven't played Half-Life. Would that be a fun blind playthrough on stream? Me experiencing Half-Life for the first time. I mean, it would be a ways off because I feel like there are better games for me to stream. Including games I haven't played before. But... again, speaking of games I know people are fanatical about. Half-Life. Love monkey. Dome. I think the cabin, there's like cabin structure is really cool in the back. I will give it to Frankie. If there's one part of his design for the Sunny that is unabashedly just super cool, it's the cabin. Very neato. I mean, also the changing decks, like the way they have. Oh no, they basically have a rotating garage, which is neat. So, again, giving it to him. But could an aquarium that big actually be put in a boat? Yeah, probably. Well, this is what I'm saying, Juice. I have to imagine, for multiple reasons, the Sunny's probably pretty heavy, right? And all the images I see of it have it sitting pretty high on the water. It would sit a bit low. Like this circle, like it probably, you see this line here? It would probably like be real close to the water. Which is okay for this opening door right here, because this is supposed to open to allow watercraft to exit. So it's fine, but that doesn't change that it probably would sink a bit lower. And again, I'm not taking its proportions into account here for like balance and shit, because while the ship can capsize easily if it is poorly balanced, I am leaving, you know, those proportions up to Oda's art and not Frankie's craftsmanship. I'm not gonna be like, Frankie, you maroon, this ship will capsize in a strong gust of wind. What have you done? Also, like, yeah, there's... I mean, I didn't think the aquarium was that big. I thought it was a pretty small aquarium that you just put fish in. And yeah, they put a shark in it at one point, but, like, that didn't go well. I don't think you're supposed to put sharks in it. You know? From the deck. I mean, yeah. I mean, being accessed from the deck isn't most of a problem. Also, to be fair, like, let's look up the... Luckily, Oda loves world building, so we do have the blueprints for the Sunny. Or at least very rough layouts for the Sunny. Okay. 1,000 Sunny blueprints. Where's the aquarium? Not that one. Not that bit. Nope, nope. Not that one. Yeah, no, no. Jeez, I'm looking at this aquarium now. That is not... So long as the rest of the Sunny is, you know, well made, and we're assuming it is, that is not nearly a big enough aquarium to sink the ship. Especially since it's above the water line. So, I think the hull, yeah. Like, the hull below it would still be filled with air. The reason this is important is because the other day, Juice was like, hey, how do boats work? And I was like, buoyancy. And they're like, yeah, but that's not an answer. And I was like, I don't know. They got air in them. And there's not in there, and water isn't air. So... You know. Water isn't air, and air is air. So put it together, and you have a boat. That's boat. A macro lover, Balian idea. I mean, I think the best way to think of it is like just get like a sealed plastic container of any shape or size and try and push it underwater, and so long as water isn't leaking in, you'll get an idea of just like, oh, it doesn't want to do that. So then you just, you know, take the lid off, sit it on the water. It might sink a bit, but I think the reason it doesn't, like, ships don't need to be sealed in like submarines is because it would be like, it's like a cup, it's like a tube. I don't know, it's weird to explain. I'm doing a bad job at explaining science, and I'm not gonna try anymore. I'm not trying anymore. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just saying, even if there's not a lid on it, what was I thinking of? It's still like a pocket of air, which is being put into the water, and it wants to be on top. So, you know, there's that. And then the shape is mostly to keep it from sinking too far into the water, or to keep it, you know, balanced. Make sure it doesn't capsize. When water comes rushing in, there's nothing to stop the air from escaping out, and thus allowing the air to go and the heavier components to sink beneath the waves. But that's just a theory. Game theory. Love a Sunny. Look at this goofy lion. What was I thinking of? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. We got done the hull of the Sunny, and I'll probably continue this picture. Let me just save it. It was classical physics, mostly laws, yeah. Sunny. Parentheses. Proportioned. There. Let's see who to raid. You know, I appreciate everyone stopping by. It's always so fun when I get to hang out with bunches of people on stream. Y'all are great. I hope you don't think I was actually mad about Final Fantasy. I'm not. I like talking about stories. I'm trying to refresh. I love this not working. Okay, who's streaming? You know, let's raid Barry. How long has it been? How long has it been since I did a raid on Barry? Too long. Sunny Amori. But yeah. I appreciate you guys. Hope y'all will come back tomorrow to keep me company as I try to make decent progress in the third Sekiro stream before having to take a break and play Dark Souls 2. A whole mess of things. My streams are a whole mess. Was that created or no? It was. Okay. I'm gonna stop streaming to stop taking up data on my computer. I'll see y'all later. Bye.